Hey y'all, it's Shannon. So I wanted to come at you with something that's a little different. I've never seen any other artists do this before. So I guess the best way to explain this is I watch a lot of beauty videos too, I guess. And they do what they call an empties, which is basically where they go through the products they've used up and say whether they would purchase them again, give kind of a mini review of it, and just if they liked it, if they didn't, why they didn't, things of that nature. So I'm doing that, but I'm calling this art empties basically. So this is all the art products in the last probably 6 months that I've remembered to put in this box. There are probably more than that I've used up, and I'm just going to basically do many reviews of them, let you know if I would buy them again or not. And yeah, so stay tuned. So this is my art empties box, and it's sort of overflowing. So I'm just going to reach in here and kind of grab the first thing I see. So this is an empty tube of paint. This is Artist Loft Titanium White. It doesn't look empty, but I assure you it is very empty. There's nothing left in it. So I thought it was okay, but I've tried, like, I really prefer my Lascaux or my Liquitex Titanium White, because I once heard someone say if you're going to spend... If you don't have a lot of money, make sure you buy a really good brand of white paint. And I think that's true because like when I used this, and then I used like Lascaux at the same time. And I will say that I had to use way less Lascaux than this in order to kind of change the shade of the color or the value. So I do like this, and I think, you know, if you need something, this is very good for $2.99, I think is what I paid for it. It wasn't very expensive. But yeah, I think it's good. I'm not going to buy it anymore because I already have like 3 other tubes of white paint, because I recently ordered a few different little acrylic sets, and they all came with white paint, so I'm not going to buy any until I'm out of those, basically. Next thing I have is a plastic palette knife that is all sorts of grody. I have all sorts of like mediums on here. This is a well-loved palette knife. I like these little plastic El Cheapo ones. I like the metal ones probably better, but I like these because I can get a set for $2.99. I have quite a few metal ones, but I really like to save the metal ones for when I'm specifically painting, and use these for when I'm doing like acrylic mediums and stuff, because a lot of times those, like, I just end up having like it gunks on here. So I really like these. I already have repurchased a set of these because I like it so much, and yeah, so I enjoy this. Next thing is kind of probably silly and weird, but it's an ice cube tray. And so I go to the Dollar Tree and I'll buy like these ice cube trays, and I'll cut them in half like this, or even I couldn't cut this in half again because of the way the shape is, but I use these as pallets sometimes. If I get, like, I buy the El Cheapo plastic pallets that are 88 cents, but this is $1. So you cut it in half, you get 2 for $1. So I do like this, and I have done this, and I will probably continue to do this. But recently I got a steal on some like those little inexpensive plastic pallets for like $1, so I have a bunch of those, so I'm going to use those first. But this is a very fine detail. This is a 000. If you've never seen one of these, that just shows you there's like 3 hairs in it. It's the Blick Scholastic Wonder White Round. The reason I'm getting rid of this is because I'm not sure you can see it because my hand's white. But the bristles are all been out of shape, and I finoodled it. I tried to get it back into shape. I tried to get it to go, and I've used it like twice. I'm a little ticked at myself, but I didn't pay very much. I think I got these on when they were on like a clearance sale on Blick for like 99 cents. So essentially the same reason I'm getting rid of this one. This is just a 0. It's not a 000. It's also a round. I've used it a few times. You can see a little paint on it. But I just can't get the darn tip. When the tip goes bad, you're screwed. This next one is also Artist Loft. This is Ultramarine Blue. I have a bunch of different ultramarines. Ultramarines come in different shades. This is pretty, and it's nice, but I have some ultramarines that I prefer more so, and so I wanted to use this, so I tried to like use it as much as possible and get rid of it. And it is good though. Like I said, if you're starting out and you want like some paints. Artist Loft actually has some good deals on little like starter sets for like under $20, and I think you can use the 40% off coupon on it. So I would say Artist Loft is a really good starter brand. This one is also a student brand. This is by Sargent. This is their acrylic colors. I think they were replaced with, I don't know if it's Master's Touch or something like that. It's still Sargent, but it's a different name. This is Alizarin Crimson. I don't like this color. So I just, yeah, I don't mind the Sargent art, like the colors that this brand carries, but this color I'm not a fan of. So, you know, I wanted to, like, I'm so bad. I was like, if I come across tubes I don't really like, I just try and use them until they're dead as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Or in the case of this one, I'm giving this to a local school because they are always looking for art supplies. So I just am not a huge fan of it. So this is a craft paint. I still use craft paint because I have crafts that I put in my online store for Etsy. So I use craft paint quite a bit still. This is Craft Smart acrylic paint. I probably have this replacement. I think this is navy. It's very nice. This is Blick brand. This is, I think they're Blick Artists or Blick Acrylic or whatever it is. Blick Artist acrylic matte medium. It's okay. It turns yellow after not too long though. Kind of has a yellow tint to it. So it's alright, but I actually have some samples of matte mediums that I'm going through and trying right now, and so yeah, so I'm not going to be repurchasing that anytime soon. And since then I've tried the Winsor & Newton Galleria, which is a student brand, acrylic mediums. I really like those. So this is the 00 of the Blick Scholastic Wonder White. I'm just going to show this against my like shirt. I don't know how well that will work. You never know. But they're nice brushes. I just wish I hadn't, like, it's the way I stored them. Now I store things differently, but then I just, This is a water brush from Royal & Langnickel. This is my water brush. I call him Mr. Leaky. I love these little water brushes. They are great, but Mr. Leaky leaks a lot. So not a big fan, but used him quite a bit to where the point is no longer fine. Like, if you get a water brush, they're all really fine points. This one's not. I've basically... this is just another one of that Sargent art. This is Burnt Umber. I went through my paint and I realized I have like 4 of these, so I've decided that this is going to, like I said, the elementary school, they always need more paint. So the next thing is an empty thing of Mod Podge. I do a lot of crafts and arts and stuff like that, so I really like it. I already have like another thing of it I'm using currently, so big fan of it. This next thing is really cool. This is graphite paper from Mona Lisa, and basically what you do is you have your drawing or whatever and you can transfer it onto canvas or other surfaces. I really like this paper. Since then I bought the Surreal transfer paper. I'm going to be honest, I actually prefer this paper over the Surreal. The Surreal just, it gets everywhere. Like, I get really aggravated. The only reason I'm keeping it is because I'm cheap and I'm using it all. But I like this. Like, I prefer this. I want to try some other brands, but I really, so far, this is the one I personally prefer because it transfers things very cleanly and very good, but it doesn't like the Surreal, it just gets all over my hands and all over like the paper. I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe I just got a dud because it has amazing reviews online. So, oh, this is leftovers from, this is craft stuff. This is deco foil, which is kind of like Mylar. I don't know what else to say. It's like transfer foil. So you take either, because I do some gold leafing, so you can take like the glue you use for gold leafing or anything along those lines, or if you use like metal flakes, whatever, that stuff, and you can put it on there, and then you put the foil down, and then you press and you rub, and then it transfers onto whatever that designer shape you put in there. So it's really cool. I like the deco foil. This, I hated it. I hated it. This is by Jacquard. This is the airbrush color. It's their clear varnish. I got 2 bottles of it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I tried to use it on my paintings, and it didn't do well. It didn't do well, and I don't know if it's because I have a 0.3 needle, so it's pretty small. But it's not that small. I mean, it's not like it's a 0.2 or 0.1. So I had a lot of problems getting this to go through my airbrush. So this is the acrylic paint from hell. I'm pretty sure I bought this from Michaels. I buy a lot of stuff from Michaels. I like it. But this is by Art Creation. I feel so bad, but this paint is from hell. It's from hell. It's from hell. It really is. Because every time I use this paint, my painting ends up flaking off. So I've never, ever, ever had that happen. Even when I used craft paint that was like 44 cents, I was like, it's never done that. This has done that. I would say avoid this at all costs. If you're going to spend the money on this, spend the extra, like double your money and spend $5 more. Use your 40% off coupon at Michaels or Hobby Lobby or, you know, any of the other craft stores or art stores that are out there and buy a little better set than this. This is just, oh my God, this was like heartache. It was terrible. Like one of my favorite paintings I've ever made. It just flaked off, like completely flaked off. I thought I was gonna cry. This is a empty foam plate bag because I use foam plates a lot for my palettes, especially with my acrylic paint. So, and sorry about that. I know that's noisy. So. This is also going home to my mother. I was like, I just put it in here because I did. This is the Koh-i-Noor woodless color pencils. I got these, gosh, a year or two ago. Quite a while. And I used these to start out. It's just a 12-piece set that I got fairly inexpensive. I like Koh-i-Noor in general, their brand, but this is a very, very hard pencil, and I don't like how hard it is. So I'm not. It's called Hardtmuth. So I guess I should have just been given the hint that it's a hard colored pencil. But I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. So, but I do think it's really cool because, you know, there's no waste with it. It's all pigment. So that's kind of neat if you're into that. Pastel pencils. These are woodless pastel pencils. They get all over my hands, so I keep them in here. These are not super great. I got these at Hobby Lobby for when I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital almost a year ago now for a few days. So I knew I was going to be in there and I wanted something to essentially keep me busy when I was going to be hooked up to machine. So I bought these. Ooh, tried them out. Not a big fan of these. I have other pastels and pastel pencils I really prefer over these. These are also, I'm giving these to the elementary school, so. This is an empty bottle of pink soap. Pink soap, I think, is made by Mona Lisa or Speedball or whoever you want to call it. I think Mona Lisa is made by Speedball. But it's a brush cleaner. It works really, really well. I like it a lot. I have since tried the Masters. I think it's called the Masters brush cleaner, the like solid, and I really, really like that. I think I like it better because I like it better. So here's a couple more tubes of paint from hell. This is an empty dried out tube of modeling paste from Artist Loft. Again, I would say if you're looking to get into acrylic mediums, check it out. It's really pretty good. And it's not overly expensive to get in because acrylic mediums can get spendy quick. This is an empty bottle of, you can see all the way in. This is an empty bottle of the Daler Rowney FW Artists Acrylic Ink. I love it. I've already repurchased this. I love this color. It's the Process Yellow. I got it when I bought the basic set, and I got, I think, red. I want to say I got red, blue, and yellow, but I might have just gotten like red, green, and yellow. I don't know. I really like it a lot. Really, really like it a lot. It's just a beautiful color. I love this color. This is another acrylic ink. Go through a lot of acrylic ink. This is the White Pearl. This is probably my favorite of the pearlescent inks that Daler Rowney makes. It's just so pretty. I don't know what else to say. It's just so pretty. I really love this. I love to use the acrylic inks when you want to do drips and drops and like on your paintings. It just looks amazing. And they do, like, acrylic inks make amazing backdrops, I think. If you want to do like a really like mottled background. I love the way acrylic inks work because they can just take on so many different capacities. They're just so amazing. I love acrylic ink. I'm a big fan. This is matte medium. I have already repurchased the Winsor & Newton Galleria one, and I bought one from, well, I've already half used the Winsor & Newton one, but I have also bought the matte medium from Finellier recently, so I'm excited to try that. This is a really nice little matte medium. I use a lot of matte medium for photo transfers, so I don't know how many folks are into that or have done that, but I really like to use the photo transfer techniques to do some kind of mixed media work with my paintings and stuff, and I find it a lot of fun. It's very freeing, so. And that's a really good one, that matte medium. And then last but not least is some paintbrushes. I really love this. I think this is I want to say it's a 1-inch, but I love these because you can get like a big set for like $5 and it comes with a whole bunch. And I'm going to be honest, what I use mostly is these like blue ones out of it because they come in all different colors. I've seen them at Walmart, I've seen them at Hobby Lobby, I've seen them at Michael's, and it's just a really good like general all-around brush to like lay down some strokes. This is just an El Cheapo 1/2-inch paintbrush. I really liked it. It worked really well. I have a couple more of those. And last but certainly not least, because I have thrown at least probably 15 of these away, since I completely forget about saving these. I throw these away a lot. Is these little like sponge brushes. I'll use my hand because it's white. So I really like these. I use these a lot to put down gesso. I use them a lot for gesso, things of that nature. I've tried to use them with like varnishing and stuff, but I don't know what the deal is. They don't seem to do really well for varnishing. I don't think so. I don't think they work well for varnishing, but if you've had better luck with them, let me know. I really like these. Anything I'm trying to get a super smooth application, if it's a background or something, I'll use this because this like it works really well. It covers, and so I like that a lot. So that is all. I'm all out. I'm all empty. So I hope you enjoyed this art empties. I know it's a little different, but I'm hoping you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think in the comments section below. And do me a huge favor, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.